Kyle, and this is another edition of Wheels of Fury, and we're talking about the upcoming Elimination Chamber. And yesterday I looked it up and I thought I saw 4 matches, and I was like, really? 4 matches?
Yeah, exactly.
We've kind of really gone down. But yeah, it's obviously more today, so can't wait to see. Really, it's another groundbreaking thing, having the women's first ever Elimination Chamber. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to see A, how they do it, and B, if they're gonna actually pussify it like last year, or make it real steel. I don't know.
I think they'll probably have what they're calling the new Elimination Chamber for a while.
And see, that's the thing, I understand you don't want to, severely injure people. That's fine. But they're not wusses,
No.
They can actually get hurt without getting, severely injured. I mean, it's not like when Triple H injured his larynx or whatever in the first Elimination Chamber, but alright, so we're gonna go now with the pre-show. It is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Balor Club, taking on, for the first time ever, I guess, the Miztourage.
Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
And I kind of thought about this, actually, and it's kind of out of the ordinary or whatever for me, but
yeah,
it'd be kind of cool to see the Miztourage win the titles, and then you have most of the champions, anyways, as the Miztourage.
Yeah, you got 3 championships on the Miz and the Miztourage, because Miz right now has the IC title, so if you put the tag titles on Dallas and Axel, just who knows what would happen and where they go with that. The thing is, though, is with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas mainly working with the Miz and maybe only having certain tag matches or one-on-one matches, they haven't really had a significant enough push to go anywhere near the tag titles. So I mean, would it work? Probably. You just have to get the ball rolling with them and have them have more than just one singles match here, a tag match there, getting the shit Strowman, have them more involved and active with the wrestling instead of just, being the Miz's associates and interfering in matches.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to backtrack. I thought for some reason that Gallows and Anderson were tag champs. I guess I was wrong.
The tag champs right now are
Cesaro.
Yes.
Foul! Anyways, yeah, so for me, so going back to that, yeah, I don't know what the plan is for the Miztourage.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like Gallows and Anderson. But I kind of want to see what the Miz Taraj can do.
Yeah.
This is their first, I'm assuming, actual tag team match. Maybe, I don't know. I think.
Well, with them having so few matches, it's kind of hard to tell, you know. I think it's their first tag team match as far as like a kickoff show would go. I don't really think it's completely their first tag match in general.
Okay.
But like I said, you know, them having so few matches, it's hard to pinpoint exactly like how many tag team matches they've had. Like, I know they've had a few singles matches, but as far as like tag team matches goes, probably have to look it up or
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Well, anyways, okay, I'm gonna, and you know what? I hate myself for saying this because I'm not a fan of The Miz. But I want to see what The Miz Taraj can do. Maybe, and see if they can pull it off. Because this is kind of their first shot at a pay-per-view. Tag team in a pay-per-view. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to see them in a tag team title shot yet, but
Right.
just see if they can beat the Balor Club.
Yeah. It seems to me like the rivalry between Gallows and Anderson and the Revival kind of dropped rather quickly, so they basically scrambled to find a duo to put against Gallows and Anderson. So like, hey, why don't we put Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel with them? Does it make sense? In a way, yes. Entirely, no. I mean, like Matt said, you'd like to see what will happen with the Miz Taraj and how far they could go. I'm more apt to likely see Gallows and Anderson go over in this one, only because if they can somehow start a rivalry with the Balor Club and the Miz Taraj and kind of build it up to maybe a number one contender shot or something, and have the two of them work with each other and build off each other and kind of maybe split wins back and forth with each other until like maybe get to a number one contender shot for the tag titles and then go from there. But it's one of those things where it's like there really isn't a favorite in this match, and there really isn't like an underdog in this match. It's just kind of, you're gonna see whether or not the Miz Taraj can excel and move forward, or Gallows and Anderson can kind of just shut him down and move forward to the next tag team or a different rivalry, or maybe, like I said, have these two teams have a rivalry with each other and build it up to something. Really don't know necessarily how it's going to turn out, but I mean, that's really just, you pick a team and you watch what happens, more or less. Like, I guess the point I'm really trying to get at with this is, there's not really a high expectation and a anticipation for this match. It's just watch the match, basically. Like, at least with, the men's and the women's Elimination Chamber matches, and even the Raw Tag Title match, there's some anticipation there. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna be Raw Women's Champion? Who's gonna face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Who's gonna come out as the tag champs? With this one, it's just a tag team match that is put together for entertainment.
Mm. And I mean, if the Battle Club loses, it would be a real shame ski.
And I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to see the Miztourage win. It would just be a matter of should the Miztourage go over on Gallows and Anderson, where will they go next? What'll happen next? Or will it just be the Miztourage goes over on Balor Club, Gallows and Anderson, and then kind of fall back to their regular routine? Or do they get a push to more tag team matches and other tag teams and that? And then maybe at some point eventually getting a shot at the Raw tag titles.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, I'm still gonna say Miztourage.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say?
I'll stick with what I said. I'll go Gallows and Anderson.
Alright. Well,
Well, let's go on to the Raw tag title match between Cesaro and the newly pushed Titus Worldwide of Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil.
Worldwide?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a fun group. Team Oreo. And
Well, yeah, if you throw Dana Brooke in there as well, yes.
yeah. Is it just me, or did she become hotter? I don't know. Anyways.
Well, when you see her in something other than her ring attire, yeah, she looks, well, different.
Yeah. But yeah, so this team, I think Titus Worldwide, do they need a tag team championship? I think so. Because it's time. It's a great tag team of this generation. I think that, yeah, they couldn't be phony, but who was it nowadays?
Yeah.
Let's see what these guys can do. Let's see them with the tag titles for a bit. I mean, Cesaro or the Bar, whatever,
Yeah.
had the titles twice now, or they had whatever, twice, 3 times. It's time to see who else can have them for a bit, because it's kind of like it's same old, and I kind of like to see somebody fresh hold the tag titles. I think primetime players had the belts at one point.
I believe so. Yeah.
So, be interesting to see Apollo and Titus hold the titles. They got Dana Brooke as the manager, so it's pretty cool just to see what these guys can do.
Other than Apollo getting the Intercontinental title, he hasn't held any other titles. So if him and Titus can get the Raw tag titles, it would probably be a good push for Apollo, and it's been way too long since Titus has held a title of any kind. How they, like, when he was with Darren Young, okay, they, I believe, ended up with a tag title somewhere, whatever. But other than that, Titus has basically been a heel,
Yeah,
babyface, heel, floundering at both, and then the idea was thrown out there, I guess, for this whole Titus Worldwide thing, and it's blowing up massively. Although, one thing I wonder is, Akira Tozawa is still a member of Titus Worldwide, or
yeah, that's kind of, they threw that under the bus, I think.
I know.
Not necessarily, well, I don't know if those are a good choice of words, but yeah, where the hell does he go? I thought he was a part of the team. Now it's like, I have no idea, man. I know he's doing something else. But yeah, I think that as much as I like the bar, and Cesaro is one bad motherfucker, because I'm sorry, there's no way I'd be wrestling again if my teeth were crammed into my skull.
Yeah, really.
But, there it is. I think, yeah, I don't know at this point. But I do want to see, the chocolate people win the titles.
Yeah.
Let's see how far they can carry the belts for.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like, give another team a chance. And I know Apollo Crews has held the IC title, and let's give him that,
Right.
and see how far it goes, because who knows where they're going to take him in the near future. I would like to know. I know it probably won't go that far, but let's just see if they can hold these titles for as long as they can. Maybe WrestleMania put them in a spot, because it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil winning the tag titles may actually give Titus Worldwide a legitimacy, instead of commentators going, oh, Titus O'Neil brought this person into Titus Worldwide, and that person, and this team, and this pairing, and whatever. And, okay, if you want to go with the tag title run for a little bit, and then eventually kind of just concentrate on Apollo Crews again, fine. But you gotta have, as interesting and entertaining as Titus Worldwide is, it's more or less becoming a lost cause.
Yeah.
Because you're mainly focusing on Apollo Crews, which there's nothing wrong with, but it seems like more and more Titus is fading into the background, so to speak, and not really being much of a standout. Whereas with, having these two together, they're actually quite good together. They mesh well, so give them a shot at the Raw Tag titles. I think will solidify Titus Worldwide as a big deal, and who knows where we'll go next, what'll happen next, how much bigger it could become. It's given the chance that Titus and Apollo could end up with the tag titles.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna say Titus Worldwide.
Yeah. I mean, as over as the bar is as heels, I think Apollo Crews and Titus should get a tag title run and see where it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
So next we got the Woken One, Matt Hardy, and the devious mind game nutcase Bray Wyatt, 1-on-1 again.
Wonderful.
Yes.
The only thing I wish would happen though is Bray Wyatt appear in the ring. And, Bray Wyatt, I knew you'd come.
Yeah, exactly.
But, copywriting shit, so.
Yeah, I guess.
But, yeah, this is like a good idea on paper, and it's not bad, but it's
not great.
No, it's
kind of an in-between.
And that's the thing, when they made their return to WrestleMania of last year, which I still think has been the best WrestleMania in years, despite how many matches there were. But you know, he came in the ring and he had the TNA hair that
Yeah, he still had the blonde streak.
streak, and so yeah, I figured that he didn't have time to change it back, or if they were gonna do something. And of course, everybody would say delete, delete, delete.
Yes.
And whatever. And then Jeff got injured, and that's when they pulled the trigger and said, "Alright, we're gonna."
Let's do this.
So, calling him Woken Matt instead of Broken Matt, which is fine. I don't think the excessive laughing is.
Yeah, the promos where you have Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt say their codified, mysterious verbiage, and then have like a laugh off between the two of them at the end. Okay, much as like, okay, these guys are like completely off their rocker.
Yeah.
But as it went on, it got to the point where it's like, okay, this is annoying as fuck.
Yeah. You can only overdo things. And I mean, I thought the new theme music was going to be great, but yeah, the laughing again. Like, really. And it's only a matter of time before Jeff comes back, so they have to figure out what they're going to do with him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I was actually watching the WrestleMania 30 behind the scenes last night, and you know, there's always bits and pieces that you miss the first time, so
Right.
they were back on their trailer or whatever they were in,
I think it was a bus.
and it had Rebby in the stroller that she, was pushing there. Like, I needed to say that, but Rebby was there, and that's like, I know you don't want to copyright what they've done in Impact, but they should bring Rebby Sky in somehow,
Yeah.
because she's just at home, and I understand she's got 2 boys, but there has to be some kind of way they can bring her in as a manager type or something.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So this match is interesting because it's like the evil mind control Louisiana, swamp guy versus the Sweeney Todd ripoff Zoolander type. I don't know what you want to call them, but they're both very eccentric.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of cool just to see them. And I know that people were bitching that they were only going to have one match and the Raw preview or the Raw 25th fucking bastardized fucking show. But that's obviously not the case. They were going to continue anyways. Okay, yeah, so I can't wait to see what they do this time.
Yeah. And when they were going to have Finn Balor go deeper into his demonic side, and then Bray Wyatt introduced Sister Abigail, it seemed like it was going to be like, okay, this is interesting. Finn apparently now has a more evil demon, and Bray Wyatt's channeling Sister Abigail, but of course, that never launched. That never got off the ground.
That's another reason why I think the WWF is failing. WWE, yeah, I said it, fuck you. You have to insult people's intelligence. And there is no perfect example as having Wyndham Rotunda in fucking Vale throwing his voice like he's a woman. Yeah, what the fuck is your problem? You can't get somebody to play Sister Abigail? Seriously? It's bad enough that we had to be subjected to that, where your fucking pieces of shit decided to have Bray Wyatt in this whatever veil thing. It was probably animated, and he's throwing his voice. It's as bad as the worm effect at WrestleMania. I actually like that more. And this match better be going somewhere.
Yeah.
Because this match they had at the Manhattan Center, and I'm not going to go into that again, but the fact of the matter is, they need to continue this feud. I don't care if they have to do it till Jeff comes back, and then Jeff gets involved somehow.
Yeah.
But these two are the same, like, kind of character, and it kind of makes a lot of sense for them to go back and forth. Who knows, maybe till WrestleMania. It's in Louisiana. You know, Louisiana has a lot of voodoo there. You have Bloody Mary, who's a famous witch there, and she could be involved at the entrance and with Bray Wyatt, like last time. Let's fucking make it better. Let's make it so we could see that at WrestleMania. Then you have Matt Hardy coming out with the piano playing. Like the gothic theme is there. Let's
use it.
Let's see what we can do with it. But having what we had in the past is it insults your intelligence as an older fan. For the kids, it's whatever. They get whatever. But for us, let's see what more exciting shit they could do in this feud, because I like to see it. It can potentially be big. It's up to the people.
Yeah.
But you know, I can't wait to see what happens on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who do you wanna? Or did you already pick?
You know, it seems as if right now Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt have been kind of flip-flopping wins back and forth, so I'll go Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I like to see. I mean, as much as I'm a fan of Bray Wyatt, you know, I would like to see Matt Hardy go over. And I know that Matt Hardy hasn't had a very good winning streak in the past couple of years, and that's embarrassing as a fan. But in this case, yeah, let's see if we could actually give Matt Hardy a big push. You know, Jeff is gone right now, so Matt Hardy got a huge push in TNA. Let's see if we can top that in WWE.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say Matt Hardy as well.
Sweet.
No, too sweet.
Yeah. So now we go on to Asuka and Nia Jax. And if Nia Jax wins, she gets added to the match at WrestleMania for the championship. So instead of it being Asuka against Alexa Bliss, or we'll get to that later, it'll be Asuka, Nia Jax, and champion yet to be determined.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Again, Nia Jax needs a big push, and I get it. Asuka's the undefeated streak, and you know what? It has to end sometime. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the way it ended in NXT, it was bullshit.
Yeah.
You should have had Ember Moon take the title that night, and then Asuka wouldn't have to fucking put it away. But nope, you fucking had to go there. But now, we're gonna see this done right. Like, again, I like Asuka. I think her undefeated streak. I mean, I don't know. Again, Nia Jax needs a big push.
Yeah.
And she should have got a big push before and go on to the title scene. It didn't happen, so I'm kind of at odds. I mean, these two had a good battle in NXT, you know, and they're both very powerful women, you know, and let's see how these two can go. Because right now, it's like kind of hard to pick who you want to win. On one hand, I like Asuka. She's got the undefeated streak. On the other hand, Nia Jax needs a push.
Yeah. Be added to the Women's Championship match at WrestleMania.
Yes. So, again, I don't really know what to say.
I would say if you're gonna end the streak for Asuka, you gotta find the right person to do it and have it be at the right time. Is Nia Jax the right person, and is this the right time?
That's gonna be up for debate.
I know.
I think it's gonna be a hell of a match, but I don't know who I want to win.
And it's one of those things, too, where we've seen Nia Jax and Asuka have matches before, and both the matches have been incredible. We've seen what Nia Jax can do to Asuka. We know how resilient Asuka is and how resilient Asuka can be. And somehow Asuka's been able to get wins over Nia Jax.
Yeah.
It's just a matter now of, can Nia Jax solve the Asuka riddle and beat her, or will Asuka still have that way of defeating her under lock and key and win over Nia Jax again?
Well, there is a way, but I'm not going to talk about that right now.
Okay.
So, again, I'm going to leave it up in the air because I really would like to see who wins. I mean, it's kind of undecided. But, yeah, we'll see who gets it when it gets there, I guess.
I think, too, it's another one of those things where if Asuka beats Nia Jax and it's a one-on-one match at WrestleMania, okay, fine. We'll see if it's Asuka's time to win a championship on the main roster or not. If Nia Jax can beat Asuka, end the streak, go on to WrestleMania, make it a three-way, it'll be a case of, can Asuka overcome two people and win the championship? Can Nia Jax get her time with it and finally get the women's championship? There's different variables in this match where you just go 50-50, leave it at that, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel at this point.
And I mean, another point to add in here as well is, like, if Asuka wins, that's fine. If Nia Jax wins, that's fine as well. Nia Jax has had several opportunities at a women's championship and has yet to get the championship. And Asuka, can she keep her streak going and be the first undefeated person in wrestling history to have won a championship on, like, a developmental show and developmental system, and then win a women's championship on the higher scale, the bigger level? You know, it's
kind of like, I don't know.
No, I feel you.
I wish I can say it all. It sounds that easy just to say that, but it's hard because once again, you get the powerhouse versus the Empress of Tomorrow. Or no, wait, that's not it.
As old Gorilla Monsoon used to say, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
There it is. So, anyhow, we go on to the final two Elimination Chamber matches. And I gotta say that Eric Bischoff, as much as he's hated by most people, maybe hated is a strong word, the fact that he made this structure in 2002, it was a stroke of genius.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you want to say that wrestling's fake? Fuck you, because this match is designed to punish. You get people and they get bloody and they get broken bones. Triple H got his larynx crushed. I think that's what you call it. But anyways, Rob Van Dam jumping off the pod, doing the
frog splash.
high fly flow off the
Yes.
top rope.
And John Morrison climbing to the very, very top of the roof of the chamber and dropping down on Sheamus.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like...
If you want to, you could even throw in the tag team elimination chamber.
Oh, yeah.
Match.
Kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
But again, last year it was a little disappointing because they did add some modifications to it that I felt were pussifying it a lot, but a lot of people are like, yeah, but if you pat it, it still hurts. Okay, well...
It would still hurt, but not as much.
Yeah.
The thing I found interesting about it is, like, you had the pods, you had the walls of the chamber chained, and you had the roof of the chamber chained. With this one, it was, okay, you still had, like, the walls of the chamber chained, but the roof was probably the same material they used for the pods, that bulletproof Lexon stuff. Or maybe it's glass, I don't know, but it gives it a different look, and maybe for people that are in the higher seats, a better vantage point. Don't hold me to this, but hypothesizing here.
So, alright, I agree. I think that it's going to be an interesting match. So, we go first. We're going to do the men's just because. I mean, I'm pretty sure. They did the women's Royal Rumble last, so why not?
Well, yeah, why not do the women's elimination chamber last?
So, we have Elias and... Elias versus Finn Balor, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and The Miz.
And Braun Strowman.
So
7 dudes in this match. Usually there's 6,
I
but
don't know
this
how
time...
the fuck that happened.
Well, it was when they had
Oh, yeah.
Seth Rollins and Finn Balor pin Miz at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think it was like, okay, if we put this person in, this person will have a beef. If we put the other person in, the first person will have beef. So why not just put them both in? And hey, you're making history with first ever women's elimination chamber match. Hell, why not make it a little more history? Because usually there's 6 dudes in an elimination chamber match. Why not make it more interesting and see if you can accomplish something unique and something a little more different by throwing in 7 guys. Now you're still gonna have 4 people in pods, but instead of it being a one-on-one for the first few minutes until somebody exits the pod and enters the match, you got 3 guys. You got a triple threat to start.
Well, I guess that makes things interesting.
Yep.
So, okay. Let's talk about... So, Elias is in there.
Yes.
At least they're giving him a push.
Right.
Okay, Braun Strowman. Talked to death about him a lot. They need to fucking push him. And for some reason, hey, what the fuck? Let's throw John Cena in there. And then you got Roman Reigns, and I'm not going to say anything more about that, because I know what they potentially want to do.
Yeah.
They got Seth Rollins, and they get The Miz, who's Intercontinental Champion, so I don't think he's going to win anyways.
Yeah, I don't see Miz winning. And then, of course, you got Finn Balor in there as well, who Basically, he's wanting to gain the Universal title back and actually have a run with it other than just like 24 hours.
And I completely understand. I mean, this guy wins the Universal title and then has to give it up the next day.
Yeah.
Technically, he never lost it.
Right.
So, but the fact is, Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor, I don't know if I necessarily can see that.
If Finn Balor was to face Brock Lesnar, I think we both know how that would end up.
Yeah, pretty much. Because let's face it, Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar was a good match, but it happened at No Way Out. It didn't happen at WrestleMania.
Right.
WrestleMania is the granddaddy of them all. You don't want to see a guy who's a little bit smaller, a little bit skinnier than your opponent.
Right.
That doesn't make much sense as your main event or your co-main event.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I mean, Finn Balor, yes, he deserves to have another shot at the Universal title, but I don't think it's right now. A lot of speculation, obviously, since last year, stating that Roman Reigns is going to go on to face Brock Lesnar for the title at WrestleMania. And everyone, I don't know where the rumor came from, but everyone said that. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. Seth Rollins, yeah, he's a good wrestler, but at the same time, I don't know if he could do the job. And then, you have, okay, we don't go for the mess. Basically, all you have now is Elias Sampson, who doesn't deserve a title shot right now.
Right.
I mean, I'm glad that they're putting him in a main event spot, but it's kind of like, why? He deserves to go for the IC title. And then you got Braun Strowman, who I would much rather see Braun and Brock at WrestleMania. This guy is loved by the fans. He beats the fuck out of everybody. He's the only person in a long time that has manhandled Brock Lesnar.
And turned him from the beast into a bitch.
You said it. That makes sense. So it's like a coin toss.
I feel the three most viable people in this match to stand a chance against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania are Braun Strowman, John Cena, and Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, I forgot about John Cena. But yeah, I mean, like he needs another shot.
I know.
I'd much rather see John Cena, and I'll tell you why. I'd much rather see John Cena take on The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Because you have John Cena never in his WWE career win the Intercontinental title. If he wins the title, then he will be Grand Slam champion. Because, well,
Yeah, he's been United States
he's
champion.
United States champion, WWE champion, world champion.
I believe he was a tag champion as well.
Oh yeah, multiple tag champion. Okay, Universal champion, whatever. I mean, he was still world champion. So it's like, yeah, that's kind of one of those things where I would like to see that. So I do not want to see John Cena in the Universal title picture.
Right.
So, and fuck Miz, because Miz has the Intercontinental title. So the only options you have are Roman Reigns, which I'm pretty sure they'll go with. You've got Braun Strowman, and you have Finn Balor. And I'm gonna say Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I mean, I could likely see John Cena go for the IC title. Finn Balor, I guess, would be somewhat a viable opponent for Brock. But I think it'd be better off to maybe wait a little longer
Yeah.
and then see if Brock loses the Universal title and then have Finn win it from whoever. And, Braun Strowman. Brock is Braun Strowman.
But see, here's another option if you must have Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Why not throw Braun Strowman and make it a triple threat? You've got three massive guys who can go at it. You've seen Brock Lesnar fuck people up.
Yeah.
You've seen Braun Strowman fuck people up. You've seen Roman Reigns fuck people up. And here's a guy too that ended the Undertaker's career. Well, it should have been, but it is what it is. So, why not have Braun Strowman added to this match if this match does happen?
Right.
Because you have to do something with Braun Strowman. The crowd fucking wants to see it.
Oh, absolutely.
And if I were Vince McMahon, I think that would be fucking money.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, I'm still gonna say Braun Strowman. It's obvious, sure, but you know what? That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
You could save... You know what? Here's another thing. You could save Finn Balor for SummerSlam. Because that's potentially where he won it the first time.
True.
So, there you go.
As cool as it would be to see Braun Strowman go against Brock at Mania and potentially win the Universal title, there's other variables that could work. I think your best bet, okay, if you take John Cena out of the equation and have Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, they're your two best bets. If you want to go Braun Strowman against Brock and have them beat the living hell out of each other one more time, by all means. If you have Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, do it again for the title at WrestleMania again and rematch from a few years ago, by all means. It would be interesting to see Braun Strowman as Universal Champion, but then again, you could also say the same for Roman Reigns. I feel, though, the biggest, no pun intended, biggest coup, so to speak, would be Braun Strowman.
Yes.
So, narrowing it down to just those two, it could go either way. Braun Strowman just seems to be on such a roll right now. He more than likely will be the one to win. So,
yeah. I mean, unless they pull a fast one, we'll see.
True.
But, we both say Braun Strowman, so I think it's going to be a good match nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely.
And, like I said, we'll see how they design this Elimination Chamber. Because JR said a long time ago, it's not ballet. If you keep putting pads and whatever, and you try to protect your wrestlers, hey, I get it. You don't want to shorten their careers. It's not ballet. It's professional fucking wrestling. So... we go last to the women's first ever Elimination Chamber. So we have Alexa Bliss putting her title on the line against Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickey James, Sasha Banks, and Sonya Deville.
Correct.
Now I have a problem with this only because you have two of Absolution. in the
Two
Elimination
members,
Chamber.
yes. Yeah, two members of Absolution in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So, kind of fucking doesn't make sense, but yeah. You know, and it's like Alexa Bliss said, it's not fair. I don't know why I have to defend the title. You know, fucking Brock Lesnar doesn't have to do it. So it's like, I get it. I said, okay, well, I understand, but it's also, every year, there is two Elimination Chambers, it seems. There's one for number one contender, and there's one for a title. So, yeah, she has to put up the title.
Right.
Now, that being said, there's a lot of good talent there.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, again, two Absolution members, and I don't think are fair. But, again, I'm a big fan of Sonya Deville. She's done a lot of cool shit in NXT. I don't know a lot about Mandy Rose, except I did see her on Total Divas once. And she kind of looks like Lindsay Lohan. I got Bayley. I like Bayley. I mean, she's been a champion before, so who knows if she could do it again. And I have not much for Sasha Banks. So, I mean, it's kind of... I mean, it's also interesting to see what would happen if Alexa Bliss retained. I mean, that's kind of what happened in the past. Triple H has always kicks up, with the exception of the Survivor Series, has always come out on top. So, I think this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's kind of... I like to see Sonya Deville take the title, but I don't know if I want to see it Sunday. That's kind of up in the air. See, that's the... You know, this is the kind of show where it's up in the air. You know, I don't know what to say, but if I were to pick, I would either say Alexa for the win, obviously, or Sonya Deville.
I'll reiterate now what I've reiterated to you before. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, I believe it's too soon for them. You got Sasha Banks and Bayley. If you have one of them win the championship, it's like, okay, that's fine. Both have proven to be good champions in the past. One of them wins the championship again. Okay, cool. Hopefully, well, say Sasha Banks was to win the women's championship. Hope the hell she has a longer run than friggin' a day. Anytime Sasha won the title,
Okay.
she would lose it like, say she won it on a pay-per-view, she would lose it like the next night on Raw.
Yes, that's right. And it's true. And I think that Sasha Banks, okay, I think she's a good wrestler, but I don't like her as much as the other women. I mean, Bayley has charisma. She's a believable babyface. You know, she can do it in the ring when she gets her shit together.
Yeah.
And doesn't John Cena herself and listen to the fans, and that costs her a great deal. But and then you have Mandy Rhodes and Sonya Deville. It is too soon because they just came to WWE. I like the fact that you have these MMA women. You know, you have Shayna Baszler in NXT. You've got Sonya Deville, who's now on Raw. And, you know, we'll talk about this later. But I think that I would say if Sonya Deville doesn't win, then I honestly think Alexa should retain.
Well, I was getting there. Okay, so Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville is too soon. Bayley and Sasha is like, Okay, if you have one of them win the championship, that's fine. It's neither here nor there. If you have Mickie James win the championship and get her 8th championship opportunity and have a title run, good on her. Alexa Bliss, if she retains, is like, okay, she beat the odds and kept her title. What do they do with her after? Well, what they do with her up until WrestleMania is yet to be seen. But, to definitively pick a person to win, who knows, man, who knows?
When you look at Mickie James, here's, and they do this, when they brought back the New Age Outlaws, I don't know if it's because they're friends of Paul Levesque and we have to put the titles on them, and they did. But then the Dudley Boys came back the next year. And it's like, okay, let's not put the titles on them. And it didn't make any sense. And now Mickie James is back. And I honestly don't know where they're going with her.
Yeah.
Because she can still go in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Put the fucking title on her. It kind you have endless possibilities with her. You do. And it's like, she faced Asuka her in her first NXT match. And it's like, that's great. So, let's just see what this woman can do. Again, she was great back in the day. Back when she faced Trish Stratus. Back when she was the Psycho Bitch. She did very well in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really see her in Ring of Honor, so I can't say. But the fact of the matter is, she's perfect. So, I mean, who knows what they can do with her.
Mm.
She go on to finally get her final title run before she leaves. I don't know. I think it would be perfect if that were the case. And I didn't watch SmackDown, or I didn't watch Raw. So I think, from what I saw, her and Alexa Bliss have formed an alliance.
Mm.
That's not to say, hey, let's get down to the two of them. Blatant, backstab and have the new champion, Mickie James. Imagine the possibilities, It's like, don't bring a legend back if you're not gonna fucking use them. And it's kind of, my thinking is, they're gonna try to use her, but I don't know if they're gonna have her in a title run. I don't know. But from what I've been seeing, that's probably what they're gonna do. In fact, do a 180, have Alexa Bliss turn face, and we can bring Mickie James turn heel again. But let's just do something with Mickie James. Instead of, okay, she's back and she's a legend, let's not do a thing with her. No, let's do something. Give her the title. Or put her back on SmackDown. But you're wasting a talent. I don't care if she's a legend in the business, you're wasting her. So, yeah, it's gonna be difficult. So I kind of changed my answer. If it's not Alexa Bliss, it definitely better be Mickie James.
There you go.
So it's gonna be a interesting show because you have Ronda Rousey, who's going to make her debut and sign a contract for Raw. Now I saved this earlier, so you have Asuka versus Nia Jax. Let's say Asuka gets screwed. Because I don't want to see if Asuka is to lose, I don't want to say clean finish. You can have Ronda Rousey come out, she can point to the sign, whatever, and then she can cost Asuka the match. So, you have your match at WrestleMania or whatever. You can have Asuka versus Ronda Rousey because you had Ronda come out at the end of the Women's Royal Rumble, and you had poor Asuka just stand there looking stupid. So, yeah.
Well, you didn't look any more stupid than Charlotte and Alexa did standing there, too.
True. No, yeah, you're definitely right there.
I mean, it was, who's Asuka going to choose to challenge for the championship? SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte or Raw Women's Champion Alexa? And then you got this random music start playing, and here goes walking out Ronda. It's like, oh, fuck, there goes that.
Yeah, bad reputation, John Jett. And so, it's going to be cool. It's going to be interesting because it's a lot of good matches, and like I said, there's a lot of who knows. It's easy to pick a winner, but and there's certain cases where it's hard because you want to see how far they can go. Like, give Matt Hardy a push, or give Finn Balor a push, or Mickey James, but we'll see when it gets there, I guess.
Yep.
Anyways, so this has been our Elimination Chamber review. It's gonna be a good show, nonetheless. I can't wait to see it. I look forward to it. And Sunday is the NXT show, or tomorrow, I should say. I'll be posting this tomorrow, but it'll be a good show, and possibilities of maybe posting something. I don't know. I might not. It's what's legal. Anyways, so from me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle, and we will talk to you next week.